So welcome to the music theory playlist. If you are just starting this or if you've been going at this playlist for a while, there is something really important I want to talk to you about. This playlist is what we call a set of paradigms. So paradigms are concepts from music theory that are stripped of their practical application. So if you are going through this series, it is very important to note that this is not how you compose music. You do not learn to use parallel 6/4 chords, passing 6/4 chords, voice exchanges, secondary dominance. You don't learn these concepts and then use them to manufacture a composition. If you do that, you are simply using techniques that already exist from other composers that came before you, and you are trying to artificially push them into your compositions. That's not the goal of this. The goal of this series is really primarily for my university students or anybody that's studying for a music theory exam. So I'm providing these to the public because I think it's a necessary service. But keep in mind, if you're a composer and you are trying to improve your craft, this series is not for you. What you really need is my Composing Hour Masterclass series. And to get that, you can go to my website, UreMusic.com, and you can book a call with me and we can talk about whether or not it's the right fit for you. Now, what you'll see in that class is these lectures actually come back up, but in a very different way from what you're going to see in this series. This series teaches you the nuts and bolts. It shows you the most important concepts in music theory that you really need to be able to analyze a piece in a very analytical way. What the Composing Hour class does is it takes these concepts and others and it improves upon your ability to actually absorb these techniques into your intuitive process. And by doing that, you are able to compose much more effectively, much more freely, and much more intuitively because you are no longer applying a technique to your composition. Your composition is using the concept of a technique to create something new. It's a very important distinction, and it's something that is missing in music theory. When we just study music theory, we often forget that music theory is living. It's going to change over time. As we study more composers, we're going to find more techniques because the truly original composers, they do not use music theory. They trust their instincts, and their instincts are based on years and years of practical training. So if you're interested in something like that, that's not available on YouTube. That's actually not available anywhere. This is something that I teach privately and outside of all my other responsibilities. So make sure you book a call with me, and if this is something you want, where you just want to learn the techniques, have fun with the music theory playlist and let me know if you have any questions along the way. I will be here reading comments and responding to things as I can.